right, what is up, fellas? How we doing tonight?
Good evening.
Doing good, man. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Jason, our presenting sponsor, you take it away with the first question of the night for Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle, just I'm going to tag on to what Nick and Will were talking about a little bit ago. Seems like a tale of two halves last night. Believe it or not, that was just last night. You were in Oklahoma last night. But tell us a little bit about your perception, first half versus second half.
Yeah, no, first half, um, we had 11 turnovers in the first half, and we had 42 points, so that kind of masked that. We shot, I think, 64% at the half, and it was honestly, you came into the half feeling pretty good about it. Like, hey, let's limit some turnovers, keep getting good shots, and should win the game, and keep trying to do a good job on A. Smith and the rest of their guys. They're super talented, so. Felt confident going into halftime, like you guys said, had a good lead, and yeah, just kind of squandered that with some turnovers, and we'll make some adjustments going forward. And just coach said it too. We work on it every day and trust our guys. But yeah, definitely a tale of two halves for sure.
Yeah, Kyle, and I mean, turnovers, that was kind of what we were all talking about, but they had a lot of turnovers too. So, when the turnovers are a problem like that, and Coach McKay said in the post game that seems to have gotten better. It was just kind of got a little bit out of control against Oral Roberts. But I mean, does it feel like it snowballs like that, where it's just, you have a hard time holding on to the ball, or just kind of making some difficult plays and trying to make something happen? And what do you guys have to do to kind of mentally, make sure it doesn't snowball even more?
Yeah, no, that's super good, man. I think when turnovers are happening, coaches say it all the time, just play simpler. Just a lot of times we got a bunch of guys that want to make the right play, and basketball, especially on the road when crowds kind of turning, you want to make a home run play right then to kind of quiet it. And I think coach tells us all the time, let's hit singles, and didn't feel like we hit enough singles last night to kind of combat some of the runs and combat some of the turnovers we were having, myself included. So just got to kind of embrace making simpler plays, and just finding solutions that way, I think.
Kyle, what is it like playing against a guy that's 7'5"? Connor Vanover last night, a guy 7'5" that could shoot the three ball.
Yeah.
What is that like?
It's definitely unique. I remember my sophomore year, we actually played Zach Edey in his first game at Purdue, and it was COVID, and so there wasn't it was his first game. Obviously, they had Jaden Ivey, that was a freshman on that team, lottery pick too. So didn't really have a scout on either of them except high school clips. And then you play a guy like Edey, and he's 7'4". And then Vanover last night, I think they had him listed around 7'5", and that was right. He was really tall and could shoot it, talented, and obviously they have a really good team around him too. So allows him to shoot the three ball and do some other things well. So.
Kyle, what are you guys thinking about sort of that next level of scoring? I think that's kind of a prevalent thought too. The guys were talking about that just a minute ago before you and I jumped on too. We anticipate Darius getting his all the time, but then it's always that second, third, and fourth scorer, and that's the cool thing about the squad. I think you never know who that's going to be, but is there a focus to get a little bit more consistency with that? You've been stroked really nice here the last couple of weeks and shooting the ball well, but how do you guys start thinking about that second, third, and fourth score behind Darius?
Yeah, I think that's kind of the beauty of it. Like with our team, we have so many different options that any night feel like guys could bring in 8 to 15 points in a multitude of ways. I think last night pretty balanced. I think we had a few guys with 8 points. Brody, I think, had 9 off the bench, and like we said, I think we made 13 or so threes, or shot the ball really well. So offensively, eliminate some of those turnovers and get a few of those possessions back. Feel like we score a few more points, and pretty balanced in that way. And then obviously Darius is so special and is going to be in the 20s most nights. So, but just picking spots too, like he attracts so much attention, and having the right reads in certain situations opens that up too. It even opens up his game a little bit more too, and some of us are scoring in different ways. So.
Yeah, Kyle, one of the commentators on TV last night for Oral Roberts just kind of compared the two teams and said you guys were very similar teams, and time to turn the page, and you guys have Bryant coming up, and you guys are finished with the road portion of the out of conference schedule, and then you guys open up at Bellarmine. Um, what is your favorite and least favorite aspects of road games? What can you tell us about those?
Yeah, no, I actually really enjoy road games. Like you got to spend a lot of time with the guys, and um, and it's actually probably the least favorite part is just kind of waiting around the day of the game, for the game. Actually, it's one of those things where you get up, have breakfast. You don't really have practice. You have a shoot around, but that's pretty light around noon probably, and then go back to the hotel again and sit there till about 5:30 until we film, and then head to the game. So it's the kind of the waiting game on game day is kind of the least favorite part, but we play a lot of cards and hang out and watch other games and stuff. So the road games are sweet.
So Kyle, you guys got 3 games coming up in 5 days. What is that kind of grind like to prepare about?
I think that's really good, man. I think in ASON play, you play on Thursday, Saturday, some conference tournament time. You're going to be playing 3 and 7, hopefully, and so I think it really does prepare you really well. I think like you hit it nail on the head. Oral Roberts was kind of like a conference tournament game that you feel like ASUN tournament really prepares you, and they're a really high quality team. So, and I know these next games will be as well. So, super good opportunity for us. And we got a few practice days before that too. So I know coach is excited about that. We're excited about that, and it'll be good.
Kyle, what kind of things are you guys expecting for this tournament up in Massachusetts? Do you have some peripheral things that are kind of part of the showcase up there, or is it really just pretty much straight basketball? Are there any social kind of things that you know about?
Yeah, I think we're getting there just day before, which is pretty standard. We actually play at noon, so the waiting game won't be as much for that road game on Saturday or 12:30, I think. So that'll be fun. And Bryant's a really good team. Obviously, had a really good score last year and have a lot of experienced players on their roster this year. So we'll get preparing tomorrow for them. And yeah, it'll be good. I've never been to Massachusetts, and I know Basketball Hall of Fame is a really big deal. So we normally get to play in these once or twice a year, and it's always first class tournament.
Yeah, Kyle, talk about a little bit about Zay Warfield. I feel like he's a underappreciated part of the team. He comes in and just like hustles and is diving and is just all over the place. What kind of energy does he bring to you guys?
Yeah, Zay is so appreciated, like from our perspective, like players, coaches, and outside. He doesn't get enough recognition, I feel like, too. And he's one of my favorite players to play with. He just always makes a big play in a game and makes a lot of really good little plays. And I know he hit 2 threes last night that were big time for us, and he reps that every day and shoots it with confidence. We feel like it's going in too. So but regardless of how much he scores every night, Zay brings an energy and just a toughness that's really good for us.
All right, Cal, last question of the night for you. So a couple games here before conference play begins. What individually do you want to work on the most here over these next couple games to get yourself ready for conference play?
Yeah, I think just continuing to find out ways to help make simple plays for us offensively and feel like we can really make another step here in these next few weeks defensively to really hone in on that end. So just kind of being a leader in that way, and then be able to knock down some shots to help take some pressure off Darius, obviously, and yeah, it'll be good, man. I'm super excited for the next few games, and we got a big conference season ahead of us. And like Coach reminded us yesterday, it's not that last game wasn't the last game of the season. We have 22 guaranteed left, so I'm super excited to get to work and get with the guys tomorrow. So.
All right, very good, Kyle. We're really looking forward to these next 2 games. Two really, I think, good challenges for you guys heading into conference play. Grambling's really surprised me with how well they've played this year, and that's going to be a good game at Liberty Arena. So if you're in the area, make sure you guys go and check out the guys and support them. right before the holidays here. Well, Kyle, take care. We'll hopefully talk to you again here soon.
Awesome, man. Appreciate you guys having me as always.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, Jason, wanted to talk about home inspections. How important is that when you're looking to buy a home?
Yeah, super critical piece, Nick. Thanks for bringing that up. That's one of those areas of the contract to just sort of put it in an overall timing context. Once a contract is ratified and buyer and seller have agreed, the buyer does have a chance to do usually a 7 to 10 day home inspection window. And I've got a number of home inspectors with whom I work that are really, really good. And we go in, and their responsibility, of course, is to kind of kick the tires and do everything in regards to that, and also find out and come up with a list of repairs that we want to request from the sellers to take care of. So very important piece of it. The other massive piece of home inspections that I want to make sure that I shout out to is the fact that actually is your last exit ramp out of the contract. So if you can't come to terms on inspections and repair items and those kind of things, there is a way out of the contract. So it's an important piece of negotiation.
All right, very good. Well, thanks so much, Jason. Appreciate your support. Are you going to be at Liberty Arena on Monday?
Yes, sir, I will. And Nick, we did forget to wish Mr. Rode a happy birthday this past week. Kyle had a birthday over the week.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, good. Will you be cheering on the Flames for us on I think it's Monday night. Yeah, Monday night, and against Grambling, and we'll check back in with you soon, Jason.
We'll be there. Thanks, guys.